another episode of Women Cocktails and Whatever. It's your big little sis De'Azia.
Chelle and De'Azia.
What's up, my boo?
I feel like
I haven't seen
I was going to lie and say that I haven't seen you, although I have, but not in this scenario.
We have not seen set.
I know.
We have not seen set.
No setting.
But welcome to fall.
Welcome to Jocelyn's Cavern. Okay.
Okay, we're going to start off fall with the snake bite stuff.
It's fall. First of all, can we talk about Chicago being right on time?
It was on it. It said last day of summer.
First day of
degrees. First day of fall.
60 degrees.
That's it.
Dead
What
ass.
you mean? We was like,
Chicago literally did not waste any time. It was like, watch this.
Chicago said if you want to know what it's like to cut a nigga off, like that.
That's what they said.
They flip-flopped. It was like 90. Nothing.
They was juiced.
It's cold. It's cold out here. It's cold out here.
No, I really cut the space heater on today. I was like, wait a minute.
I had all of my windows open because I was like, ooh, it's the fall breeze. And then I was like, ooh, it's the fall breeze.
Cold. Yep, exactly.
It was very foolish.
To stay warm, we decided to take shots. Let's go.
Let's go. Warm yourself up this fall. Okay, that was on me. And I apologize.
I put my vote in there. I don't think I'm a fan of this tequilas.
I don't think I like the tequila either.
It's the
very
tequilas.
much the tequila.
It's the
We're going to have
tequilas.
to do a flight one day.
Ooh, I like this idea.
So we can really figure it out. Because we be knowing the flavor palette don't agree. And then we be not remember.
Yeah, no, because that ain't the one.
Then at least we can go back and be like...
All right, sis. So we here starting off on the fall. You created. I love when you create a drink and not just like stumbled across like I do because I'm lazy. I just go find a drink.
I stumble across sometimes and then I'll be like,
create a drink. So please introduce us to Call It Fall.
It's a Call It Fall because what else are we gonna name this?
I don't know.
Okay. So what we did was we got 2 ounces of maple bourbon. Okay. Maple, it's fall. You know, tap the maple tree. Get you some maple bourbon. Okay. And then we got 2 ounces of the little spiked apple ciders. We got the green apple specifically this time.
Okay.
Know,
I like how you infused. Infuse.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
How you infuse all the fall.
You know,
yes.
I was like, we need the fall razzle.
Yes.
The autumn dazzle.
The razzle. Yes. Let's go.
So we did that, and then we did some dashes of, like 2 dashes of orange bitter and 2 dashes of regular bitter.
Mm-hmm.
We did a little squeeze of caramel complexion.
Yes.
And then, you know,
topped it with some ginger beer.
I was like, did we start first? Yeah, ginger beer first. Stir it up a little bit, and then
added a cinnamon stick.
And
adding
a cinnamon stick.
Yes.
And then here's your thing. All right, so yeah, that is the Call It Fall.
Call It Fall. I want to say
your drink name.
Okay, thank you.
It was your drink name, absolutely. So we're gonna taste it.
All right, you ready for this?
Absolutely. Now, I'm gonna stir it around because it hit.
Oh, I didn't even offer a straw this time. Do you want a straw, or you want to just try it like this?
I'm gonna just try it like this.
All right, here we go. The cinnamon on the backhand side.
It's giving me fall. It's giving me I want to stir. For real.
It's giving me I want to stir.
I didn't get to the bottom with mine. I want to hit the bottom.
But off jump, I'm getting cinnamon vibes off top. Like it's giving me that. Probably because of the cinnamon stick chilling at the
bitch,
bottom.
I'm very excited.
Oh, the
Come
stir
on,
was everything. The stir was everything. Cool.
Bitch, if you wanna let me on.
No, the stir is everything. Y'all want a straw production?
Y'all need a straw. Come to the
production.
Side.
Y'all need a straw. The stir is everything.
Come to the side. Come over here. 1 or 3. 1 or 3 are gathered. It is brunch, if we're honest. Okay. So I don't really have a lot to talk about, but
you know what's so funny? I don't know how long this topic been sitting here, but I definitely touched on it earlier. So it's time for a little girl talk.
Work that body, work that body,
girl talk.
Work that body, work that body,
girl talk.
Work that body.
So the topic here listed
Topic of
is
discussion.
taking it too far. This joking
too far.
Does joking about insecurities or personality traits have limits before it's harmful?
Absolutely.
And of course, but I laughed because I was on the phone earlier talking about my insecurities with a friend in relationships, which is very odd. So, for perspective, I'm blind as shit.
I'm legally blind.
I might as well be legally blind.
We looked it up though. You technically
I'm technically not legal blind, but I probably should be. I've been blind my entire life.
Whole of the life.
And I was talking to a friend who told me they did not realize that I wore glasses or contacts.
Which I was confused because
I was too.
Oh, Sway, how we ain't?
And I was like, how did you not know
Can you
that?
call yourself my friend if you don't know? Like, I'm not blind, but I know for sure that if I was, I feel like y'all should be.
I feel like you should know about that. My insecurity coming is because I am blind, which makes my glasses thicker, which has always been an insecurity of mine because I grew up being the four-eyed girl or whatever the case may be.
And we'll fight y'all. Whoever
and
calls
feeling
her
like
eyes,
less.
we will fight still to this day.
You're one of your peeps that you know of mine. We're gonna talk off air about that.
We gonna talk because I don't care that I know them. That's even more.
You talk about feelings.
We still friends with them?
We're still friends with this person. But you're talking about feelings,
hurt,
crying in the bed, like,
Now I'm trying to think about it.
Behind me. Yes.
Oh.
And
it's the disrespect.
It's the disrespect. But like that was a real insecurity of mine. And I actually, so to get through that, I just make a bunch of jokes about me being blind to make me feel better. But like, I still don't want to hear nobody else call me blind because I already know that, and I don't need you to talk about me being blind because I know I'm blind.
I feel like also because insecurities and like stuff that it's just like you're pointing this out and it's always been a reason for somebody to try and attack me. I don't need you to constantly remind me of that shit. That's really what it is. Like, you know that you're blind. I don't need you to tell me that. So if you're constantly saying it, you're not pointing that out for anybody either but yourself or to make me feel bad about it. You're just doing it in the adult way. Like,
do you have some
a lot of them. What you mean? My biggest ones though. So here's the crazy stuff that you would not think is an insecurity on somebody. Okay. I have been thick and muscular built since birth. In the womb, they was like, this is going to be a whole 10-pound baby.
Were you a 10
I was a whole 6-pound baby.
Oh.
I had 10 pounds of thigh and leg. Okay? They was like, yo, okay, this is real. My whole life, I have been called so many names because of being like muscular built, and I'm a little girl. So now when people be like, oh, you super toned, or damn, your legs big as shit, I be like,
tell me something I fucking don't know.
Okay. Like, is that, like, I'm never like, oh, like, I'm like, is that a good thing? Like, why are you saying this? Like, gym rats, I know that it'd be like, you got some big ass legs. I'd be like, I can't help you with a workout. Can't, sorry. My mama and my daddy, they got together, fucked up the gene pool, and they was like, hey, yo. Other people, and people who are also condescending, if you're like, you got big ass legs, it'd be like, you want to get kicked?
But I've never looked at your legs and was like, you have big ass. I was, she got toned legs. Like, it's because I've seen big legs. Yeah. So I don't like consider that.
But it's weird, and especially again as a little girl. And I was like, between me and my brother, now I gotta fight because y'all want to talk about me and I don't have time for this stuff. And then the other party's just like, because I'm sensitive and nobody wants to acknowledge I'm sensitive, probably because I was like a roughneck a little bit. But it'd be like, if you want to point out that like, oh, you're soft, you're sensitive, don't call me soft. If you call me soft,
throw them both.
I might like, no, because I might shut down and be like, oh, okay, because I'm sensitive.
You know
for
what?
real.
But
in my head, I'd be like, well, we could fight about the shit. I'm
real life. You say being soft. Real life situations. When I was a kid, I remember. I mean, you couldn't talk to me in a higher tone without me crying. Like that was like real life shit.
Why are you doing this?
I dated a guy 4 years. Oh. Upon breakup, he was like, "You too soft. You gotta man up." And I was like,
"You want me girl dick? Like what you want me?"
But like, this is my verbiage of what he said. But that's pretty.
But in my head, that's what I would have heard.
That's pretty much what he said, and I was like, "Fine, right?"
So you man
and
up.
So then I built 2,050 million walls, right? And so now I had all these walls. So then I dated the next person, and they was like, "You are so cold-hearted." And then I'm like,
"What more do you
want from me?"
Like,
dead ass, right?
That's the surprising thing. People constantly calling me like sensitive and soft and all that. For whatever reason of the universe has never got me to get rid of that part. It made me double down on it.
But see, for me, it made me harder. Like once I switched over from being like quote unquote soft, then I couldn't revert back
when a good girl's gone bad.
No, because now I'm like, fuck you and your feelings. And that's like,
you give me a little bit of that.
That's really where I settle, right? And then when I get in a place where my feelings are actually hurt, I'm more mad at me for allowing them to make my feelings hurt. Because I knew better in a sense, if that makes sense.
But I think that's a consistency though. If you've been called like sensitive or soft or whatever, like even when stuff doesn't go the way you think or would want it to go, or like when somebody's like, "Oh my God, you're so emotional," it still be like, I blame me. Like, I'm just like, "Oh, you shouldn't have been so vulnerable," or "You shouldn't have been..." Like, it's me. But then instead of being like, "No, you fucking robot." Like, right. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like...
But I don't live in that space. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't reside there. So, like, when I'm functioning through life, my first response is to be like, "All right, fuck you, whatever." And then later on, my anxiety kick in at night when you go to bed, and my anxiety be like, "Well, was that what you was supposed? Should you have not? Maybe you should have."
I'm opposite. I be like, here's what it is. Here's my emotion. And then my anxiety, and I be like, a bitch. You should have kept that, because you know people who are not emotionally adept at dealing with this craziness. And that's the thing. But I think even in like general insecurity though, like whether it comes to like your sensitivity, whether it comes to like weight, whether it comes to like your sight, whatever, I be like, okay, there's a taking it on the chin and letting it roll off, and then there's a part of you're secretly like bashing me and just want me to be okay with you.
People gotta chill on the weight shit though. I think that is a very sensitive topic. I think you need to know, because weight for the masses, not all, not most, but for a lot of people, is an insecurity. And people just speak so freely upon people weight. And you should probably shut the fuck up.
And you never know what's happening.
You don't know what's happening, but also know the person you're speaking to about said weight, right? Mm-hmm. There's some people who are 1,000% comfortable in their weight game. So when you say something to them like, "Girl, you know whatever, boy, whatever," they be like, "Yeah, you know whatever." But there's people who are sensitive about that, and then you say something, and people really be like, "Oh, I gotta take diet pills. I gotta take this. I gotta not eat. I gotta do this." Like, you don't know what you're saying and how that affects certain people. Mm-hmm. And because you grew up where your mindset is a certain kind of way, does not mean that it's the same thing for everybody else.
The reality of like being like, "Oh, I grew up in this one way." First off, you interact with the world. So you are aware that people function differently. And what I want people to stop doing is assuming that, like, because somebody doesn't show something, it means that they're not affected by it. Like, weight is one of the things. You can be super confident. Like, there are people who, at any size they're at, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm super confident. I'm great. I love me and my skin." And then secretly, like, they're dealing with a lot of stuff and they hate themselves. Yeah. And they're, like, forcing themselves for sake of society to say that they're comfortable and confident because, again, that's what you want people to be. Right. And I had to put that out there, and I don't want your next thing to target me is to be like, I'm too sensitive. So I'm not going to tell you that, like, actually this kind of bothers me. But, like, no, you do that, and, like, they're not really comfortable and confident, or it's nitpicking at them. Yeah. And I need people to, hey, y'all, hey.
Mind your business.
Stop nitpicking and pretending you don't realize you're nitpicking.
You know what else about that, though? Don't point fingers at imperfections when everybody has one. Everybody has something.
Shit. Very much something.
Very much something.
Very much a lot of
that
things.
They do not like, right? It could be
like
your weight.
You had somebody that they was like, they kept pointing out this thing about you, this insecurity about you, or this thing about you, that, and then in your head,
it's how they,
you be like, "My nigga, do you want your grocery list? Like, do you? Like, you want your shopping spree?
You can't talk about somebody's beauty face wise and you cockeyed. Like, that shit don't work, right? Like, just know where we at. You can't talk about
anything. Don't talk about,
but like dead ass, like, you just nobody's perfect.
Like, don't call somebody soft and you're emotionless.
Your favorite celebrity ain't perfect. because they just had the money to. They had the Photoshop, and they had the money to fix whatever it was they was trying to fix. But people cut themselves in places all the time so the public can't see.
What's the girl? The person who I don't even know what she do. She was somebody's girlfriend who did something. I don't know her name. And I'm not going to try to find her name. But she was like on the Instagram or whatever. And
Erica Banks?
Yeah. Like, oh,
let me tell you
if
how
the girls
much.
Come out with me, they got to have a big booty.
How
they gotta
much I love Black Twitter.
We seen you.
Did you see the trail? Did you see the chains?
I seen all of the chains. We seen you before you looked like
Hillary. They went down a slew.
We talk about Hillary Banks? No, we talk about Hillary Banks.
I till this day, who has discovered what she does? That's why I ain't remember her name. But that ain't no shade. I just don't.
No, the shade room is good at making unimportant people important. I don't know. But when I tell you, when they make baby mamas, strippers, and side pieces the most important bitches in the world, I am behooved.
And not let's be clear. Let me be honest also. They don't make the right ones important. Give me Nick Cannon baby mamas. That's a come up. You figured out how to be Nick Cannon. As much as I hate that this man got 11,000 children. Okay.
If he don't get a cul-de-sac, I don't understand.
Nice little suburban gated football fields is what everybody should
because
get.
Realistically, you got 9 or 10 children, I believe, at this point. And as a father, I think and Nick, I'm not going to say this in no type of way because if you ever come across my podcast and think we was funny, insightful, or anything and want to put us on the show,
We're there.
Thank you.
Hi.
But for me to have an opinion, meaning you cannot, as a father, be there supportively, emotionally to all 9, 10 of your children. You're not raising them in the same household. When you go on tour and you come back home, they're not there. Right? They're
even in terms of sibling relationship. Like they're
that's
not
why
all
I said cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
At least they can all be BFF brother cousins.
That's what we don't even care that you having a bunch of these babies. Get a cul-de-sac. Go
find a way to make it make sense.
And get them all together so that they don't grow up and be in the club together and be like,
but for all we know, let me not lie, for all we know,
no, they don't live by each other.
No, that's all. They in some type of cult type relationship. The wives are cool. They know that this lady had this child.
We know that for sure is not true because Mariah be like.
Besides Mariah, literally,
who she's others. How you gonna say besides her? She the only wife. She was the only one that's married in your first set of kids.
This is true.
How you gonna?
But I'm saying all the other baby mothers. For all we know, they have an agreement. They cool. They kids kicking when he out of town.
That's not true because he had another set and he had gotten them pregnant at the same time and they had known about each other. So I don't think they had came together and was like.
Here's my question: at baby mama number 5, how you still like? I'm cool with this idea. This makes sense.
And populate the earth. So
between him and Kiki Wyatt, the world is populated. Like
imagine them getting
they got 20 kids between the two.
If they had got together though. The population increase.
They got 20 kids between the two. If that ain't a small world country, I don't know.
That's just well, how we even get on it? Oh, because the Erica Banks, because of these baby mamas that y'all make famous. But that's I only be like Nick Cannon baby mamas. Like, give me the baby mamas of people who is like, how you get here? And we know for sure that they're like, nah, we taking care of them, and this is making sense to me. The other baby mamas, I just be like, okay, like. A rapper's kid, like, don't they all got kids? I don't know. Just why are we doing it? I don't
just the why. It's the why for me. We're not going to start that.
Hey, Kawhi Leonard, I need you to know that on a regular basis, I am in tears laughing about some corny-ass joke that has been created with your name.
Because your name is Kawhi.
And I don't know why it happens, but I love you for it. And it has not blessed be your person.
Can we talk about things I don't love?
What don't we love?
Because we love him for that. But I'm going to talk about something that we don't love.
What don't we love?
A certain class of people being very upset that Little Mermaid is black. Can we talk about that?
Hey, y'all going to have to eat that. I don't even.
Can we talk about that?
Why are you mad?
Hear me out.
Are they mad the sisters are black too?
They got a white man to play Michael Jackson. They relax.
They did get a
whole white man.
Made the whole. First of all, shout out to the woke white Twitter and TikToks because it's not the millennials, it's the Gen Z white TikTok that was like, let me run through the list of characters that are historically people of color that y'all have made white, because I am not here for this. And I said, you know what?
I just want to know, right? What's so wrong about a fictional character, a fictional thing that does not even fucking exist in real life?
They had found a little mermaid skeleton in somebody's sea somewhere. Hey. Fake news is rampant and live. I don't know.
It's them getting on the internet. Beyonce's internet. Who breeded Halle? It is
Quinta's internets, okay? Everybody's internet.
And said that biologically, we cannot have a black mermaid because they live in the bottom of the sea and there's no sun, so therefore they didn't receive any melanin. And I am fucking confused.
I didn't see that one, but I have a question. Does that mean that version of the white people have admitted that they are vampires? Because if that's the case, give me werewolves every day on gang. How?
It's you doing a social study.
Hey, and the shout out to Black Twitter, because they asked a very important question. I'm bringing my mic up to make sure this.
Yeah, I know the question. Let's go. Run it.
They had said, when y'all had to hold y'all breath underwater for long periods of time or got thrown overboard and extensively to make a whole village of mer people.
It's the you threw enough black people overboard to die. You didn't think that the middle of the ocean.
And I said, well, maybe the city of Atlantis is really niggerdom. Maybe that makes sense to me. Now that y'all done said it out loud, Atlanta, it makes sense to me. Hey, why we never put 2 and 7 together and got 12? Why?
Because 2 and 7, it don't make 12.
And Black and Mermaid don't make sense, but here we are.
But like,
what's your math?
Here's the part.
Shout out to New York. What's your math?
You know that Disney made all of their colorful characters were black.
First of all, let's revert back to Disney was racist.
Oh, that part.
Now let's fast forward.
There we go. But all of their colorful characters were black in theory. Ursula is white. No judgment, because I love Jenny McCarthy. That's her name, right? I didn't make that up. I love her. That's Ursula.
It's Jenny. Is it Jenny?
Kathy. Jenny.
Melissa.
Good answer. Good answer.
Melissa McCarthy. I like her.
I do.
I learned from her on Gilmore Girls. I enjoy her very much.
I'm excited for her to be Ursula.
But I am. I ain't gonna hold you. I was kind of hoping they brought Queen Latifah back. However,
I actually really
you didn't hear you ain't hear not a single black person complain that Melissa McCarthy was Ursula. No. Although you know deep down in all of your spirits that Ursula is a black woman.
If we're honest,
you don't think Ursula's a black woman?
Ursula was based off of a trans.
I was like, if we're honest, what we knew is that Ursula was a drag queen, and who I wanted to play Ursula was Titus.
Titus, yeah.
Okay, and when you hear him say that, like he sung and did it before, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. I'm not mad at you for not casting a person who told y'all he should have been Ursula.
But he was based on drag. I mean, Ursula is.
But we're not mad about that.
But no one's upset about it. Like nobody cared.
One of the gay LGBTQIA
complained that it was Melissa McCarthy. Like nobody said shit.
Like, that makes sense.
I was like, I can't wait till she gonna kill it. Period.
Because for the character,
she gonna kill it.
Who finna out-sing her? My man's got on. Okay,
now I'm gonna tell you what I will have a fit about. What? I'm gonna be honest.
Sebastian.
If Sebastian don't have an accent, I promise you.
But you know, it's Buddy from
Hamilton.
Yeah,
I know. But if he don't have no Caribbean accent, I'm having fit, and not because y'all look. It's because Sebastian is known to just like it's an accent.
Do Under the Sea without a
yeah,
you can't New York that out.
Nah, you can't under
the sea. You can't.
You cannot.
You can't do that.
So I might slightly have a fit.
But I feel like he does a good job of character.
Let me tell you, they should have just rehired all the people from the get Shaggy. Old. It wasn't me. Y'all could have had Shaggy and Sebastian. Yeah. As y'all did in the not Broadway, but the
live action.
Well, this is the live action.
No, but that was a real live. It was a live action play.
It was a play, live action play. So, like, y'all could have really got all of them back.
Queen did her thing as her.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Was like, gang.
But, like, I'm just really disturbed about the amount of people that really feel some type of way. And then when people say things, they do not respect how that makes... They don't realize how that will make somebody else feel.
I don't think they care. They don't. It's a not caring. But it's also a matter of, like, y'all going real hard on fictional things when we're giving you real life situations.
They try to turn it around and say they're upset because of the story that's in place.
Oh no, it was this for me. Well, our daughters grew up and people grew up with like they know the white version, and so that's what they. Okay, so because we didn't get to grow up with representation, we not supposed to never have it. Like at this point, I don't even care. Did she is black? Like. Fine, remake it and give them a whole Latin, Spanish-speaking Ariel is what I would like them to do. Give me a Spanish,
this
taco-eating Ariel. Give me some, like, mofongo-eating Ariel.
This is my favorite part. Somebody said, can the black community all come together and realize because the character is black, that her name is not Ariel and it's Ariel.
Ariel,
that's
Ariel.
How we say it with your Ariel.
Let me tell you, I had picked out my Mermaids shirt.
You were talking about it.
And I'm not playing with y'all tonight. We're gonna go see it in theaters.
We are, and I'm going to support
in a mer skirt. Okay. Mm-hmm. I may or may not have seashells or beads.
When is it supposed to drop?
It's coming in the spring.
Oh, okay.
That means I got time for spring mermaid body.
Not Chicago, but go ahead.
Spring mermaid body will be in full effect. I'll have on my rain boots.
It's going to be 30 degrees.
I'm going to have on my rain boots.
45 the hottest.
But then I can, like when she first come on land, so, oh, whatchamacallit? It's going to be like a seal.
Whatchamacallit?
I'm going to have like a seal leather.
Yo, speaking of whatchamacallits, because that just reminded me of a commercial, because TikTok be on they shit. This dude had a TikTok and he had said, commercial that you deserve.
Adriana.
Listen, is that
just in Lil Way available?
So, I'm on TikTok. We're watching this commercial, and the dude was like, if you don't know this commercial, you too young for me. And I want y'all to
commercials.
I'm finna tell you. I want y'all to picture this. It's the mid-late 90s.
Why you gotta have a face though?
Because this is real. Like,
picture this.
It's the guy with a suit.
If y'all know that song, shout out to you.
He sits down on a bench. He realized the bench has white paint on it.
Mentos.
It's the Mentos commercial.
The moment it was like guy in the suit, I was like,
it's the Mentos commercial.
I'm feeling Mentos.
And when I tell you, as soon as I saw, I was in song. Like, I was in harmony.
The fresh makers.
Listen.
What you mean? What you mean?
It was amazing. And it was him being like, oh, shit. I sat on this bench and it's laid on the bench and rolled into the paint.
Talk about
so
adapt to your circumstances. Adapt to your circumstances.
He has a pinstripe fucking suit.
Pinstripe. And
it was amazing.
That was such a good commercial, and then I got older and was like, that's so ridiculous. Because how your lines get that smooth? It's not possible unless maybe he did cocaine on the bench. He was like, we're going to line this.
I don't know what happens, but you forgot you were lyrics. Something better would come, something better in life. The mental pressures for our lives. Nothing gets to you. Women's are pressure for our lives. Rentals, pressure. Women's are pressure for our lives. The Fresh Maker.
Bruh.
Listen. I was in. Yeah, you gotta hit the thumb.
That's a national one though, cause Chicago locally, you got Adriana first, and then you got look at those low rays.
You gotta sit them up. For you. Look at those low rays.
Boing. First of all, I'm mad at us for the titty bouncing.
It's such a horrible commercial.
But it was like, also, he carried that for a long time. He literally, I feel like that man carried that up until like Me Too movement got big, and then he was like, hey, yo, we can't do this shit no more.
Nah, that makes sense. That's good time, but that's good time.
Okay, speaking of good times,
It's time for another shot.
And another round. All right, let's get it. All right.
And we're back.
All right, so I didn't name this shot. It's a concoction, though.
It's a concoction.
It's like a mini frappe is what I'm going to say. Well, it's not a frappe because that is all frothy. Autumn. Okay, there we go.
Autumn shots. I like it.
Oh, we didn't clink last time.
I'm not mad at it. It's definitely like a coffee shot.
All right, so what the shot was this Sabrosa coffee liqueur and the maple. Knobs Creek is the bourbon that we use, so the maple Knobs Creek. And then we got the
Cardi
whipped shots by Cardi. We got it again, but we got it in a mocha this time.
So next we got to do caramel. That's the last one.
Yeah, we got to do the caramel one. So we did the mocha with that. This in and of itself just tastes like a mocha.
It do. It tastes like a coffee thing.
Cardi, you did your thing. You nasty for these instructions. Let me tell y'all what Cardi say. Okay. Turn it upside down and shake. For best spray performance, turn upside down and press the nozzle at an angle. Okay, turn it upside down first. Okay, then it say with a little asterisk. For better performance. Girl 6. For better performance. Run warm water over the bottom of the can for 30 seconds prior to shaking. If that don't sound like get a warm towel, for me, that is what that sounds like. Cardi, we see you.
I think I'm very good at Girl 6.
You are going to be on a hot line if it's the end of my days.
For better performance.
You
gotta drag the letters. It's really what it is. It's the deep voice and the drag of the letters.
Hello? Who is this? This is what you get.
Do you listen to me on a regular?
That's it, me, not you.
But I'm saying like my regular.
Your regular is still
voice.
Girl 6. Your regular is Girl 6 new girl, and then your intentional is like Girl 6 like
Wait,
Taylor.
bro. Flag on the play. Wait. New girl as in like Zoe Deschanel new girl?
No!
Oh, I'm like, what?
Even though it's an excellent show. Hey, Zoe, we love you. New girl meaning like the new girl at the Girl 6 studio is your regular voice. And then like your I'm being intentional is like, oh no, I'm the vet. I'm who you.
Never intentional.
I hate her because she's lying. Chelle, one day I'm going to set us up for greatness.
Maybach music.
And I'm...
Let me tell you.
I hate it so much. No, I'm gonna set us up for greatness because one day I'm gonna convince somebody to like hire me on as like an at-home phone sex operator, but then it's gonna be you on the call. It's never gonna be me. I'm gonna be like,
I would be so uncomfortable.
I'm gonna be like, Chelle, here's your script. I'm good at writing, so I'm gonna write you the script out.
Yes, Daddy, tell me.
I'm
like,
say this, and then
I've always wanted to have a deeper. No. Oh. I've always thought it was very attractive for women that had deeper voices. Because me talking, like this is my regular talking voice. But when I get excited, I be like, oh my God! And I get all the way up here to like the next octave. So like,
if I'm honest, I've met women like my mom's best friend.
My laptop charger
has a very deep voice. There. It's over there.
No, it's by my computer actually. My laptop.
My mom's best friend has a deep voice, like deep register voice. Like she's probably speaking wise a tenor. And then like singing wise, she's like tenor, your lower alto. Beautiful voice. She hated her voice for a long time. And I used to ask my mom, like, why she don't sing more? I love it. And she was like, girl, she didn't hate that voice. I know Insecurities. They hated her voice forever. Yes. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, I feel like I sound crazy. And I would like to have a deeper voice.
I've always wanted a deeper register tone voice. But like everybody, so I'm assuming that my regular speaking voice does not sound exactly the same over the phone. Because it's when people talk to me on the phone when they be like, oh. Well,
listen, hey, I'm never going to give out your number. But if y'all ever call in to like the Instagram or the Facebook page and we happen to answer, which you probably won't, I'm going to have her answer because I'm going to be like, go ahead. And then like ask us.
I don't have a morning voice either. You know how people wake up and be like,
why do you need a morning voice?
No, but you know how people wake up and they be like, ugh. They just sound like trash. I don't have that voice. I really wake up and be like,
I be like, huh?
What? My voice never has to warm up. You call me first thing in the morning, I roll up and
I'm
be
gonna
like,
clear my voice just to be like, huh? It's
Hey,
not.
Daddy.
This not for you.
Hey, Daddy.
I've called Chelle at odd hours of the morning. Okay,
I am being proactive. I'm sorry,
wee
y'all.
hours in the morning and then like late hours, and I be like, so this is just what you sound like, huh?
That's just me.
This makes sense to me of why people. Yep, I get it. I get it. I would be trying to call you again too. I don't know. I know you didn't answer the first 7 times, but I'm gonna call back. I don't.
What did you need from me?
I want to talk to you early. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Can I help you with that right
Meanwhile, the rest of us be like, what? Huh?
What did you need?
No. And I'd be like, why are you talking to me? Like, if I enjoy talking to you and you don't understand that, like, I don't like talking to a lot of people, that's a problem for me because I don't like talking to people.
I don't like talking to people.
And be like, why are you here? Okay, on the note, wait. Before we get into anything else, because we talked about the fact that fall started.
Yes.
But we didn't talk about the fact that, like, now that we've moved Hoochie Day shorts to the side.
Come on, gray sweatpants. Right about.
Listen,
Hello, Zed.
hey,
How
my
you doing?
hands are cold. Can I use your pockets? What's
Hey.
up? Listen.
I hear what you're saying. I like what you're doing.
Hey,
I just want y'all to know that fall is my favorite season.
Shout out to It's Time to Steal Hoodies. Steal your hoodies, ladies. Okay, niggas never seen them again.
This is still your hoodie.
Every time. You're welcome. Like, if I fucked with you,
I'm cute in your hoodie. You want me to steal it? Stop playing with me.
You wanted me to say, you wouldn't have gave it to me.
You left it out.
Anytime
Stop
you point
playing with
something
me.
out and be like, oh, you can put this on, you know you're not getting this back.
Don't offer me shit
Why
that you don't want me to have.
And if you wanted it that bad, you wouldn't have offered it to me. You don't offer motherfuckers to put
You
on
know
your
why
feet.
you offered me? Because you thought you was being sweet. Because you be like, oh, she cold. Let me give you this. Let me give you this hoodie. That's what they thought. They was trying to romance you. And then you got mad because I was like, thank you.
Never getting it.
My favorite shit to do is sleeping man shit. I don't know. It's so comfortable.
It's so
Some
big.
boxers in a shirt. Oh,
Y'all
my
got
God.
all the space. It's this fall. Y'all got
Run
all
that.
the space.
Run that. I ain't
Listen,
run
hey,
that.
that's nice.
That is
That's actually
nice.
as fuck. You might.
I didn't want to even say that when he came in. I was going to let him rock.
This stolen. Never getting it back. I don't know. I don't even know why people think that. I got so much stolen shit. And it's not even stolen from shit that like,
You know,
oh.
no, can I beg a moment? He offered it, though. Hair flip.
Yeah, because, you know.
Nope.
Hair flip.
Wardrobe.
No, hair flip.
No, hey.
This between me
nothing to
and
do
him.
with you. Nothing to do with you.
Me.
Okay.
And him, he offered it to me.
He was like, here.
Because after the conversation we just had means he don't mind that I keep it. So I'm going to keep rolling with that. Thank you, comma. Moving on.
It's mine. It's mine. And every time you see me in it, you better walk up and be like, hey,
damn, baby,
that
you
look
look
good
good
on you.
on you.
Every fucking time. Every fucking time. Every time you better grab me on my waist and be like, no disrespect. I don't care. Like, okay, this fucked up. This gonna be real fucked up. I don't care if I got a nigga. I don't care if I'm out with a potential. Listen, and don't get into no fights about it. Like, if I got a nigga for real, don't do that because I don't play them super fucking games. But, like, maybe send a text message if you're not blocked. And be like, hey, yo, that still look good on you.
T-shirt.
No, but that ass. It's a real thing. Like, if I have ever rocked with you and I ain't got none of your property, you a fuck nigga. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. If I had fucked with you, let me be specific. During fall, December to winter, March to March, spring. Cause summertime don't count. We don't steal y'all fucking shit in the summertime. Like, we don't even steal basketball shorts in the summer. We be like, we need y'all to have that. We need y'all to walk around in that. So we can be like, what's up? Yeah, show
What's
that.
up, Zeddy? How you doing?
Do that. Make me look good. It's fine.
Do that.
Okay?
Hey.
But if I have fucked with you during fall and winter and not taking none of your shit, it's giving very much so you were the problem. It's what it's
Let's talk about it.
Much so you were the problem.
Okay. I'm going to transition. It's a very way left. Because we're up here.
Okay, I feel, and we're going here.
And I'm about to go here.
Right. Da, 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 da. Gotcha. Okay.
Jesse Powell randomly passed away at the age of 51. My guy was young.
And R.I.P. And we had a lot of people in the last couple of weeks because we have not been here.
We did.
Because we had Jesse Powell. We had PNB Rock, who was like unfortunately murdered.
Him.
And the internet needs to calm the fuck down. We're trying to blame other victims for that. Like his girl seeing him get killed in front of her is not a thing. Y'all should be like, oh, that's her fault. Something wrong with y'all. Okay. We had several comedians pass away. So it's like you would have to know like writers and comedians, but because I operate like in that space of it, like David Arnold, who's like really big, has written for a lot of different shows. He has like 2 Netflix specials. Love him. Previously, and I don't remember if we did that, we had Teddy Ray, who had passed away. We just found out recently that Kevin Sage's brother passed away, which that's like if you follow him.
You know Kevin, he don't know me for shit, but that man is so special to Mars.
That's
he
all,
has
like
no idea.
For real. So that's just a RIP to them. Because that's a lot of loss. Yeah. And to the communities that they represented and like made space for and gave space to. We are like acknowledging and mourning that because that's hard. Yeah. And Jesse Powell is like consistently still to this day.
I mean, in random conversation, we bust out in You.
To our wedding song.
It's the ultimate wedding song. Yeah. Just pour a little bit.
We won't pour out on the
set. Who started that?
No, that's the thing for like pouring out to people. Libations, like that's ancestral, for real, in like a lot of different cultures.
Okay.
It's like you honor your dead. That's like ancestral. Okay. Oddly enough, so okay, if y'all, I've watched random Netflix up to, and like I've been watching Reservation Dogs.
You have.
It's in the 2nd season. I'm caught up, but it's like a show on Hulu, but I don't remember what channel it come on. But it's about like Indians, Native American Indians, and like teenage kind of thing. But it was an episode where they like took a plate out, like they had made plates or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, like take this out to the back," and I'm like, "Which one of their uncles is back there?" But they take a plate to the back for their ancestors, like whenever they do stuff, like they was just usually, and I realized it because like in the scene, the ancestor came and talked to them.
So you leave a plate of food.
But that's like a lot of cultures. Like if we go into the
I was not trying to.
I'm asking, like if we go into the nail shop, have you ever seen a nail shop where they have like the donut or something sitting at the Buddha?
No.
Oh, my nail techs was real when I was growing up. Like
no.
Shout out to the random cultural things that I ran into. So in my nail shop, they were like true practicing, and like we would come in and during like different like times of the year, they would have like food set out at they like Buddha thing. And I would like ask them like, yo, what? And they were like, oh, like that's our offering to like our ancestors or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I'm not gonna ask any more questions. We just gonna.
I don't know what they do with it if it don't get ate. I don't know.
I'm like, I got a lot more questions.
I'm sure somebody is assigned to take care of that. I don't know. It's just there.
What I'm not gonna do is make this a thing. So I'm going to move on to the next topic because I have so many more questions and nothing against you because you are very educated and well known. But I feel like I'm supposed to ask the appropriate person this question.
Yeah, we're going to ask them.
And so
if anyone is like familiar with these cultures, a part of these cultures, have studied these cultures, preferably a part of these cultures, let us know. Because like I do be like, oh, that's
we were talking about culture earlier, actually.
We were.
Not now because
we is because what I would like to know is, okay, if y'all don't know, there's a new student at USC. Shout out to you, yay!
That's how you segue this. Okay.
So how'd you want me?
I don't know, but go ahead, do you, sis?
Okay, so it's about like culture, and she decided she was gonna take HBCU culture to PWI school, and specifically the majorette culture. And as a dance coach, so when I first saw that, I literally was like, I like the opinion of Chelle. That was literally my first thought of it. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was really like, I wonder how Chelle feels about this, because would you want to take your culture to a PWI?
So here's my thought. Miss Ma'am went to a PWI.
That's my body roll, by the way.
I saw that. She wanted a major. I don't know this woman. I don't know what her thoughts was. So let's preface that. Obviously, she wanted the majorette style, right? Mm-hmm. From the itty bitty clip that I seen, I didn't see any others on the clip. It looked like it was.
She found other black girls.
Right. So as a person who enjoys dancing and love this style of dance, and if for whatever reason, if I was still in high school and I received, I don't know what this girl got, if I received some scholarship to USC and did not receive a scholarship from one of my HBCUs, and I wanted to keep the style of dance alive, and I know that we have a small community of black people in PWIs and we can make this a thing, like, I'm not totally mad at what she did. Like, okay. I'm like, keep the dream alive. Like,
that's fair.
You know, like, it's other people.
Be your authentic self.
And I feel like there's other people in this space that may appreciate or always want to do that, but they went to this school and they never got the chance to get that experience. You're educating others. It may be black people who know nothing about that style because they grew up in a certain world or certain area, a certain life. So, like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, sis, do you. Like, put it out there. So, I'm not against it.
Okay, that's fair.
Honestly, I'm not. I'm like, okay. But after hearing some people talk,
I get being like, oh, I'm going to show up as my authentic self, and that includes, like, dance, and y'all know how to style a dance, so I'm going to start my dance team, right? If I am honest, that is a very specific style of dancing.
I agree.
Right? That is HBCU. You are at a black school, black band, black performance, right? You went to USC. There are black people there. Absolutely. Take y'all ass to the black homecomings. Started as a club. I think my issue is that it's being promoted as this thing of like, oh, like now you're trying to infuse this black culture into the band. And I don't like that.
I didn't know USC had a band. Let's just start there. But
they do, but they have a very white military style
do they
marching.
Have dances for their band?
They have their cheerleaders.
So let me tell you why.
That's a major band.
Let me tell you why I'm going to interject with that. FAMU, which is an HBCU, that has a black historical marching band, does not have a dance line.
And if I wanted to be a dancer, I wouldn't go there.
True. However,
I wouldn't go there.
FAMU,
I would go to the flag.
Right. However,
shout out to y'all flaggers.
There are a certain person, I don't know the person, I'm the founder, I'm not going to, who created a dance line at FAMU to perform in the version of Majorette, right? They're not officially with the band, but they dance on this side of the band, okay? Because they're there and they created that style. So to me, I'm like, I see what you was doing, right? So
USC gonna change their band music to match HBCU Majorette dance?
She was able to juke to whatever the fuck she was dancing to.
That was the one. Oh.
Sorry. She was out there hitting that shit, and I was like, I insist. Like,
she was.
And I will say, in this sense, too, there are no HBCUs on the West Coast, right? Not a single one. So maybe
you should explore your horizons.
Maybe the introduction to. I'm not saying that. That's because that is a good thing. Go to Texas. Go to Alabama. Go to Mississippi. Go to Georgia. Go to Louisiana. Go to Arkansas. Go to all these places. Virginia. All these places that have HBCUs. I'm not disagreeing with that. But you have a whole coast that don't have anything that maybe never seen. And I say that being in that I've been a coach for a black high school for quite a long time. We had a battle of the band in California, and they had a school, Inglewood, who did their thing. They were a black school. They were very much channeling HBCUs, and they were good, but dated. Because your area does not have this particular style. So I'm like, maybe moving some things over to another side of town is not necessarily a bad thing.
I would have been more okay in terms of you bringing this to the school, right? if you had started this as me and this other group of black girls who are on campus who love dance and like want HBCU style, and for whatever reason we decided to come here, I'm not gonna knock you. I went to PWIs for all of the degrees. For whatever reason you went there, you decided like, I still want this form of dance. I would have been more cool if it had been like, we're going to start a dance troupe, and the same way we have other dance troupes who just dance and compete. If you had done that, if you had been like, I'm starting this dance troupe, I want to do like major style dancing, and this is what we're going to, you showcase it as like, we are the USC. But for you to try, for you to try and infuse that, and this is also me saying a black person who went to a PWI who loved HBCU culture, for you to then be like, no, I'm going to make this a part of this white ass culture. Because that's what it is. Like, I'm going to make these white people look at me doing this black ass dance. Right? Like, I would have rather you just been like, nah, we just going to do our black dance. We going to perform. We going to compete. We going to go to the performances or whatever. And, like, that's not a part of their band culture. So, for you to make that a part of their band culture for me is like, why not just go if you wanted to
I want to list it under, we don't know the circumstances behind why she decided to create what she created. But what I will be thankful for is that you created a style that most people on that side of the town may not know nothing about. And you introduced them to that. I don't know. Maybe
I'm fearful of appropriation. That's what, let me be honest about my own time. I am fearful of appropriation.
But prior to this, mid-COVID, I seen an all-white team doing all of J sets, and I hated every part of it. To me, that would be appropriation.
So what's gonna happen? Hear me out, because again, you went to a PWI. So what's gonna happen when all the white girls join your team and all the black girls graduate? What
happens when you go to a HBCU and you have a Latino or a white who happens to go to the HBCU and wants to be on the majorette team? Do you tell them no?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't say like, oh, it's a person joining. I said, what happens when like most of the black girls are gone, and now instead of this being like a representation of HBCU culture, this is now the same thing that happens when the Divine Nine trains these white sororities and fraternities, and now it's no longer a representation of Divine Nine. It's just them appropriating the culture that they have nothing to do with.
I want to interject so bad. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I'm fearful of.
I bring two things to y'all. I'm
Please.
going to say it and let y'all just go. So first thing, when it comes to black culture, it's because they took all our culture and everything. We feel like we establish anything, y'all need our permission. Regardless if we use anything with y'all culture, y'all still need our permission. That's number one. And number two, is it possible that some white people just love our culture so much?
And I'm with you. And hold on. Thank you for saying that.
I agree with that.
Because that brings me to a point, right? So, I'm hanging out with friends' family. And we're walking past a bar, lounge type of place. It had like our Cheers bar. Mm-hmm. They had like a rooftop joint. The windows is open. You can hear the music. It's a nice day outside. They jamming. They're listening to like B96 of hip hop. So like Ja Rule or whatever. Like Aaliyah came on. Like whatever. And as they're walking past, the people that I was with was like, there they go again, appropriating our culture. And I was like, could they not just like it?
But I agree with you on that point. So
because in this sense, if I have a black woman who brought this style to the school and it became a thing, right? Like it was like, oh shit, they killing it. Oh, whatever. Could the people just not like it?
But that's not what we're talking about. It's not a matter of you not being able
but
to
I
like
say
it.
that meaning if I go to a predominantly white school, mm-hmm. and some of the black girls that's on this team, and this team been in effect for 3-4 years, these girls then graduated, and the white people who have been in this school for 3-4 years or 2 years or 1 year, whatever, and they come across this program, and they go, that shit look cold, I want to be a part of that. Cool. Happen to be half of them. Maybe it's 10 white girls that show up.
That's not my point. That is not my point. My point is, this is not a new culture. HBCU dance, HBCU band culture, HBCU performance is not new.
It's not.
So y'all not adopting or adapting or inviting that culture is by choice. Her coming in, and now we're in the world of wokeness where you can't be like, I mean, you could, but you're not gonna be like, no, of course we're not gonna let you do this dance. Like, nah, like, cool, do your thing. Like, yay, I'm very excited for her. Like I said, like, she did her thing. I'm very excited for her. I'm very excited. Like, now there's a faculty there who's like, sure, come on and do this performance. And still, HBCU band and dance culture is not new. If y'all did not have it, it's because you did not want to. It is not because you were not aware of it. It's not because, and I'm not mad at them for that. Because, cool, my point is that at the end of the day, you could have just went to an HBCU. There's a time and a place for being like, I know this going to be taboo, fight me, I don't know
shit about her.
But like,
so like, I'm like,
not
I don't
her
know.
specifically. Not
yeah,
her
I'm like, I don't know if
I'm
she
just
went
saying
to
at the
an
end of the day,
HBCU.
again, speaking from a person who's been to PWIs and like established different types of communities, being at a place where there's like, even in corporate world where there's like, oh, we set up your ERGs so y'all can feel included, right? There's always these inclusion groups. Versus, like, that's still not a part of your culture. If I wanted that particular culture, let me go to where that's at.
My thing is, what happens when it catches on at a PWI? You know how black culture, period, catches on.
When it becomes a TikTok trend.
We love it now. We want to make this a big thing at our PWI.
But you funding the white schools.
What happens to those HBCUs that's been doing this since, you know.
And I think that's, if we're honest, that's what the theory is.
Because PWIs represent, period. It represents the big stage. If we're looking at sports, all those PWIs, the big stage. If you want to get an NBA,
I agree with that.
NFL, you go to a PWI.
I agree with that.
So if that caught on, what happens to the HBCUs? The girls that's been dancing there for years and doing all
what happens to the scholarships for your J-sets?
Right.
What happened? Because, like, at the end of the day, that's my point. And I think, like, that's a beautiful way of saying that, right? Like, appropriation is not just because, like, y'all like it. It's because, like, okay, this catches on, and that's what we had to go on. Like, that was our culture that we used. Everybody knows band in the South is where the money is. Like, that's, you could do 17,000 band and dance competitions, and that's your money maker every single time. So now you're taking that to a white school. Okay, so now they're gonna offer scholarships, and HBCU's already struggling for funding.
I agree with that.
Question?
Yes.
So, Chelle, you somebody who will appreciate dancing. You get hired at USC. How you teaching them dance now?
But as a dancer, I'm a dancer. I want to dance.
Who can dance?
Yeah, like,
that's why I was like,
but not as a coach.
Her.
Not as a coach. If I went to my high school and I grew up in majorette style, and for whatever reason I decided to go to USC based on, I don't know, my major was better there, my scholarship was better there, and somebody presented me with a majorette performance that I grew up doing, I'm not gonna do it because I grew up doing this. This is the style I wanted to do. So, like, I'm a dancer first. Not a particular style that helps, but I'm a dancer and I want to dance. You just happened to have the style that I wanted to do. I think
that is the difference.
So when everybody's up in arms about some shit, I'm like, I mean, I see your point, but for me being like, I just want to do this style of dance and you got it for me.
I'm going to 100% say, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm 100% sure USC was not giving out majorette dance scholarships.
Oh, absolutely not.
So you didn't go there.
Absolutely not.
You didn't go there because they were like,
here's
but in
a
that
same
to
sense,
let me finish.
Go ahead.
You didn't go there to be like, this was my dance scholarship to be a majorette. You went there for whatever reason you went there.
Yeah.
If you wanted that culture, that style of dance, for me, having gone to PWIs, I went to a PWI, so I ain't got the same homecoming that I want to have, so now I'm going to have to show up to my friends, take your ass to a HBCU. Because if you are a dancer, first show up for the dance they're paying you to come do. It's great. Because, again, this is also only popular because of how social media works. Like, she had somebody, not judgment, but like, you had somebody record being like, hey, I brought
this style,
HBCU style dance to a PWI. That might have been the only performance they let you do that shit at, and we would never fucking know, but now you made it this big deal.
Yeah.
So, like, now you're gonna, at the end of the day, for me, and for most black people, the problem is now...
she's probably gonna get a bunch of California women who
now
was like, oh, they got majorettes over here.
So that's what I was gonna say. So now what you've done is like, now that's a recruitment tool for them knowing that that's not what the fuck they own. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's bad. And what I was going to say earlier is like, shoot me for gatekeeping, but gatekeeping to a certain extent makes sense for cultural preservation. Nobody ever wants to have that conversation, but at the end of the day, there is a form of gatekeeping that has to do with like, I am not peacocking and showboating for you. If you want to enjoy and explore these parts of our culture, feel free to come over. We could do a cultural exchange of it. We're not saying you can't participate in it, but what we're saying is it's our culture.
Place.
Come to me.
Now
Why
bring
do
me
I have
to you.
keep coming to you?
I
don't like the idea that HBCU culture got to cross over.
I agree. I'm not like I said, I'm not disagreeing.
As a dancer, I'm like, if you want to dance, that's why I say like as the black student group could have been like, hey, we gonna merge over. We brought a whole different school over here because we want to have our own black ass homecoming, and we go do y'all shit. Okay, rock out. However, when you try and sell it, and I think that's not necessarily what she did, but what the post did, what the internets did, was sold it as her trying to make HBCU culture in a PWI, and that's what people are up in arms about.
Okay,
like,
I respect that.
When take that shit back,
and I looked at it, I saw it, and I was like, okay, sis, do your thing.
Like when I saw
like,
her,
when
I was
talking,
like,
yeah, like when I saw it, I was like, girl, teach your count, let's go. Like I didn't think too much about it. The culture of it, I totally get.
Yeah, move that shit
but
back.
like, I think about it in a sense like just bringing things to like campuses, right? Like Chicago, based on house arrest, is at a variety of universities now.
If I see a California nigga footworking, I'm going to ask you, who taught you?
In Chicago ass nigga.
If
but
you
I'm just
tell me anything but that.
But I didn't realize it. I was like, oh, okay. And then I met a friend who went to Alabama State, and they started a chapter. And then the FAMU started a chapter. And then this school started. And now you got a plethora of chapters of house arrest.
Her giving PWI's HBCU dance is the equivalent of that stupid documentary that y'all know I motherfucking hate, giving Detroit house music.
Oh.
That's the same thing to me. Y'all just decided that this is more that's what happened because somebody went down there and somebody knew a bigger name. I don't like that.
Okay, look, I feel like we've been on this topic for a very long time.
We have.
So we're going to wrap this shit up. What do you think of the drink? Give it this 5 stars. We ain't got time. We've been talking for forever.
We'll do that. What's out of 5 stars?
Out of 5 stars.
3.8.
Okay. You know you're doing the editor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3.8 is all you.
I don't know if y'all have noticed. I ain't put a star. Bitch, I'm not.
My quick synopsis on the Nia Long and
I was gonna just save it for later.
Coach. Him.
Coach nigga what?
Is
Coach nigga what is his name? I know his name.
Is cheating is wrong.
Now we gotta go deeper into that.
Black men don't cheat.
What? Black men cheat every day.
See, I
don't think you want to have this conversation with 2 black women.
I ain't never dated nothing but black men, and so the answer to that is bullshit.
Shout out to the drink.
Shout out to the lie. That's what we said. We supposed to lie. We supposed to lie. You right. Black
Them
men.
trying to start this movement is enough for me. Y'all lying ass Negroes, okay?
Black men don't cheat on anyone but black women. There we go.
Hello.
I got you.
They cheat on the wives
finish the sentence.
But don't cheat. Guess what I got?
What you got in this drink?
I'm going to give it a 3.5. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. But I didn't love it.
But I was like, this is nice.
It's I liked it.
I would have it again.
Yeah, I would, but like I gotta be in the mood for it. Although I pretty much scarfed it down, surprisingly. But anywho, let the people know where they can find you, sis.
You can find me at we didn't do no introductions. You can find me at Demystify Me. Follow me on the Snapchats and not the Snapchats. I ain't on there. On Instagram, on TikTok,
all
on
the good
Facebook.
shit.
Make
sure y'all like our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe. You can follow me on all of these things here.
Drop your thing. It'll be there.
It'll be there. I don't have to. It'll be right there. Just look accurate.
I don't know. Sure. We'll make it accurate. Are you walking? We a little situation right now. Follow Women Cocktails and whatever on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes. Drop your drink suggestions below. Join the conversation. Whatever we talked about, go ahead and tell us what you think about it. But that's about it for us this week, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll talk to y'all next week, hopefully.
Deuces.
Hopefully next week. Bye.
Second production, it was like...
Second
production was like, is crip walking not a form of footwork? It is not. It's its own thing.
It's crip walking.
It's its own thing. Now, if we want to have a crip walking versus footwork competition, that's two different cultural competitions that you're going to be like, oh, what's up?
Yes.
This is different. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Chicken noodles. Chicken noodles. Chicken noodles. What else?
Yes.